everybody, Marty Sleva here alongside Brian Albert.
Hello.
We're here at Gamescom. We're on our set. There's tons of games, and you played one called Life is Strange, and a lot of people don't know what that is.
It wasn't even on my radar, really, until just this morning.
It didn't exist. It was flying under the radar like the hit movie Stealth.
Thanks, Marty.
Yeah.
Anyway, this game comes from Dontnod. You might remember them as developers of Remember Me, which you played and thought wasn't great, but had some really cool ideas.
Super cool ideas. Yeah, not a great game.
Yeah, so what they're doing now is totally different. It's an episodic adventure game with a modern twist.
Okay.
Which basically the twist equates to you can reverse time. But that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But what I really liked most about it, actually, was the way they write their protagonists.
Okay.
It's these two young teenage girls.
Yeah.
Just at the end of high school.
Okay.
One of them kind of moved out of town earlier and is now back. And at the time that she moved, her friend's father had died, and so there's sort of some resentment lingering there.
Interesting.
And now, one of their mutual friends is missing, and so now they're going to try to help. They're going to go find her. They're going to go on a mission, detective work.
I mean, all this sounds awesome. It's reminding me of a little game from last year called Gone Home.
A little bit, yeah. So there's a moment where your friend is on the bed and she's smoking this joint. And she's like, "Hey, put on a J." She's smoking a J, and she says, "Put on some music." And so you look around her room and you're kind of, looking for a CD, but you're going through like notebooks and shoeboxes, and you're kind of like looking at these personal things, and it feels like you're sort of snooping a little bit. Sure. I kind of got some Gone Home vibes from that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, like, what is it? A third-person game? Is it first-person?
Third-person. You just sort of like over the shoulder, looking around environments.
Does it control like a Telltale game with sort of a reticle that's wandering around the environment?
I didn't get to play it, but I didn't really see. I think it's just sort of like when you hover near something, a little description will pop up. Sure. But so the thing they did show off a little bit of were those time reversal powers.
Oh, yeah.
And you can do it in really minor situations, which is sort of funny. It's sort of like, hey, I said something wrong, and now you're grumpy at me. Reverse. Or you can do, for example, her stepdad caught her smoking that J we talked about.
The J came back.
And then, she got in trouble. I reversed time and took the blame for her. And then she kind of was like, she kind of owed me one.
Well, couldn't you just reverse time enough to not smoke the joint?
Let's not try and figure this out, Marty.
Yeah.
We don't have all the answers.
Or reverse time enough to legalize marijuana in your state so that what you did wasn't actually a crime.
This is in Oregon. I don't know if it's legal there.
Nothing's legal.
But anyway, the developers were saying, this is early in the game, of course. Sure. You're just reuniting with her after moving back, and that those reversal powers will have much larger effects and implications.
That could be really interesting. It seems like the story, aside from the sort of time travel, time manipulation conceit, is grounded in reality, sort of in a way like it feels. The setting is sort of Twin Peaksy, and I like how the drama is almost like My So-Called Life. Like I'm a huge fan of all those things. It sounds like this game, could be really cool. What about the art style? What did it look like?
It's sort of... It's not like super distinct. I guess it sort of has like a almost like hand-drawn aesthetic, but not like cel-shaded or super like standing out. But yeah, it's like a nice subtle look.
Okay.
There is no solid date on when this game is coming out. However, there will be 5 episodes, and then after the first one releases, the next ones will come out within 2 weeks to a month after.
Oh,
so
okay.
It'll be like a regular
that's a tighter schedule than
super tighter than like Walking Dead.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, so that was the new game from Dontnod.
Life is Strange.
Life is Strange. That's going to be a tough title to remember. For everything else, Dontnod. For everything else, Gamescom. You're already in the right place. IGN.com.